Well, hello everyone and happy Monday. I am here for another card tutorial and I have got some exciting news for you. Oh my goodness. All right. So the title of today's Facebook page, Facebook Live, is the easiest skin tone alcohol markers ever. Oh my gosh. If you Google skin tone markers, you'll get overwhelmed. There is one company that has over 40 shades. I'm like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. So, Stampin' Up has come out with skin tone markers. They will be available tomorrow, the 1st of February, okay? I will have the links to the products on my blog tomorrow. I'll actually have the page today, but the links won't be active until tomorrow, okay? But anyways, I cannot wait to share this with you all. Good morning, all of you. Hey, Katie and Chris, Tony and Fran, hello, good morning. And thank you for sharing. Oh my gosh, that just means so much to me. One more thing, I figured out how to do a picture in a picture finally. Yay! Oh my gosh. Switcher moved everything around and yeah, it's crazy, but it's all done now, so I'm excited. There we go. My little face is here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristina Reese. This is Creating with Kristina. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook page to bring card tutorial, card making to you, to help you. And of course, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. That means I sell Stampin' Up products. And I'm in love with these products. They're the most awesome products. And I hope by you watching these videos, you will see how awesome they are too. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, one more thing before I get started. Hold on, let me bring all this down, bring me back over. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Everything's going on sale tomorrow. Wednesday, the card challenge, okay? Wednesday, the card challenge is going to be pre-recorded, okay? I won't be able to do it actually live on Wednesday. Life is in the way, but I'm flexible and I have time to pre-record so we will have a card challenge on Wednesday. It's just I won't be there to interact with you guys, okay? But you all interact with each other. There's still places for comments. All right, and I will read your comments. Now, let's get on with today's tutorial. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put my link to my page, to my blog up at the top. This is where I will be posting all this stuff that I'm talking about today. All right, let's start with the actual markers themselves. Bring them out. There are only 10 of them. And I have marked them, I found, because they are not given names, they're given numbers. This marker is number 100, and then 200, and 300, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1,000. Okay, so they are in dark to light, all right, and the caps are kind of misleading. So we have a color chart for you, and this is why I want you all to go to my blog page. You can download this chart, print it off on cardstock, and make your own chart here. And what I've done, I'm going to lift this up so you all can see it better. All right, I've taken the colors 1 through 10 and colored them this way, and then colors 1 through 10, and I've colored them this way. And then just like a multiplication chart, you bring them together, and where the two, like 400 and 400, and I've blocked them out, these are the doubles, okay? There's no blends involved. And I'm gonna zoom in just a wee bit more here. There we go, so you all can see this better. So when we start with the darks, if you take 100 and 200, and you blend them together. So I have the 100 on the left and the 200 on the right, and then the 2 in the middle is right there, okay? So this is how you use this chart. And of course, there's 100 and 300 together, all right? Now you come all the way down here and you've got the 900 and the 1,000, all right? And so on. So what I did after I finished coloring in my chart, whoops, wrong way, sorry about that, you guys. Colored in my chart, I went and I looked at my skin, okay? Now my skin is kind of pink, but it's also kind of tan. Of course, it's very white this time of year. In the summer, I'm a little darker, but this time of year, my hands have not seen much sunlight. So I am way down here, okay? And you can see if I pull my hand up, yeah, I'm way down here with the 1,000 and the 900 and the 800. Okay, now remember, it's not going to be perfect skin tone because we only have 10 shades, but it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just coloring stamped images, okay? So let's not get crazy. So what I did is so I'm just playing with my skin tone right now. If I want to do like my grandchildren and their skin tones, and I've got them all the way from the redhead Irish to the dark-haired Hispanic in my kindergarten, in my grandchildren's. So that's another reason why I'm so excited about these colors. But anyways, I'm just messing with my skin today. But I could take a photograph of, like my granddaughter who has red hair and beautiful Irish skin, and I can figure out what colors to use with her. But I'm using me, and I put my hand up against my chart, and I decided we're going to go with 8, 9, and 10. So 8, 9, and 10. All right, now let me get out my hands here. So what I did is I stamped the hands. Oh, let me show you the stamp set. You haven't even seen all this fun stuff. So here's the stamp set. All right, here together. And you've got the pinky swear and you've got the hand hearts, the heart hands. I'm sorry, heart hands. Every act of kindness changes the world. And I believe that's a Martin Luther King saying. I'm not quite sure. We'll get through this together. This COVID is a nightmare. I've heard there's a new variant to the virus. I'm just freaking out. I'm really getting tired of being locked in this house. But if it keeps my family safe, I will stay locked up. Love changes everything, and you matter to me. Also, we have dies, okay? The dies that cut out. Now, here's the hands. I'm going to be using this in a minute. But it says you matter and here for you. And you can cut these up. They don't have to stay as those phrases, which is cool. And then that little heart. So that is the dies. And one last thing, there is paper. And the paper is black and white, but you do have some hands. Okay, black and white. And I love that. I think that's so cool. And then there's a rainbow. I love that. So really cool paper. All right, so that is the collection. But back to my hands. Here we go. And let me zoom in again so y'all can see my hands better. All right, so now I actually started, so when I first did this, and I put my hand up against this chart, I said, well, actually, I think that 6 and 7 right there might be a close match, okay? But then when I colored the hands with the 6 and 7, I got this. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not that dark. I might look like that in the summer, but not right now. And I did the absolute lightest, the 9 and the 10. And that's pretty darn close. That is way close. Now, 8 and 9 looks a little healthier for my skin tone. And then 7 and 8, that was a little too dark. But check out this one up here. Okay, so this one is a combination of these two. I did the 8 and 9, but then I went over the whole thing with the 10. And I really like the way this one turned out. Okay, so this is how I used the markers. And like I said, this is so much easier than trying to use the million of markers that other companies have. So I'm going to start, and when I do coloring, and I'm going to color this with you guys and show you how I did my hands, I am going to start with my light color and color the whole thing, and that is number 9, okay? So not my lightest would be 10, but this is the 8 and 9 hand that I originally did. And so I'm just going to come in here. Actually, I'm going to use my paintbrush because I'm going to do the whole thing real quick. All right, and I'm just painting the whole thing. And trying to be careful not to get too much out of the lines. But I also don't want to be going back and forth and getting a lot of color on there either. I just need to put a light coat of the first color on there. Okay? And then this is just like how I color all my images. I go in and color the whole thing with the light one. Then I do my shadows with the darker one. But on this one, we're going to go in with the third lightest and blend it. We're going to blend with our third lightest. Instead of coming back with this number 9 and blending the whole thing, I'm going to come in with the 10 and blend everything. So there is the number 9. Here is my number 8. And now I'm going to use my bullet point. And of course, I know that the fingers in the back are definitely darker than the one in the front there. The edges of the skin are darker, okay? And where the arm comes down, that's going to be darker, okay? And then the bottom of the hands will be darker, and the thumb, where the two thumbs come together, it's going to be kind of darker there. Where the finger is kind of crooked right there, that and the fingers underneath, all of that's going to be a little darker, okay? All right. And just the edge, not very much there, where the hand makes the heart. I try to remember, this is a 3-dimensional image. So you got to remember the hand, the arm and the hand are rounded. So this part here of the hand is, you can see where it's highlighted by my lamp, but back here is dark and up here is dark, okay? So that's how I'm getting my shadows. All right, and then all this back in here. All right, and I'm kind of going over it pretty good. I'm going back and forth, getting lots of ink on there. Okay, I want it to be real distinct that is a shadow. And that's how you make your blends darker, as you go back over them, especially after they've dried a bit. And you get more color in there. Okay. All right, now that I've got that, like I said, I'm going to take my lightest, my third lightest, and I'm just going to quickly go over and just blend everything where the two colors kind of come together. And this is just kind of giving me a pink tone. Like I said, this winter time, my skin is very pale, very pink right now. Definitely need to get out in that sun. Need some more vitamin D. All right, there we go. Oh, I forgot. There's fingernails, and as a girl, I love my fingernail polish, and I'm gonna, of course, y'all notice I have blue today on, but I don't want blue nails on my card because this is gonna be a Valentine's card. So we're going with the hot pink. This is, what is this one? I forget these names. Magenta Madness. All right, there you go. Magenta Madness, pink nail polish. All right, let's see. Do we have any questions so far? Oh, okay. Kim said, what's going on tomorrow? Kim, this collection is on sale tomorrow. You're able to get these markers tomorrow. There are 10 of them in the set. These are the skin tones. Let me zoom out. Y'all can't see very well. Whoops, that's too much. And then also there is a stamp set and paper and dies that go with the collection. So this is all available tomorrow, February 1st. You believe tomorrow is February? Oh my gosh, where did the month go? All right, like I said, we have dies. So let me put this on here, hold it down. Okay, oops. Don't you love heart hands? I think it's so cool. I could not wait to use this for a Valentine card. I'm like, oh, so fun. All right, zip that through there. There we go. Now, to make this card. So, like I said, this is going to be a Valentine card. And so I got to get out my Valentine DSP. I'm going to do a white card base. Come here. White card base. Then I'm using the black and white from the new collection. And the collection is called All Together. Okay, All Together. And, whoops, that goes that way. Okay, so that's my black and white. Whoops. Let me get my adhesive here. And the hands just really pop off the black. I was trying to put the hands on the Valentine, the Sweet Talk paper, and it just kept blending in. I couldn't get it to pop, so I found this black and white really did the job. But I couldn't go without Valentine paper. Okay, so here's my other piece. And this is just a simple design where I just blocked off the card front into thirds. So the bottom third I have colorful paper, and the top 2/3 I have the darker paper. And then we're going to put the hands. See how they pop like that? Isn't that fun? But I'm going to move them over a little because I've got a surprise for you what I'm going to do with this. So the way I came up with this idea, I was on Google. Well, actually, I was on Pinterest. I was on Pinterest, and I was looking at heart hand cards, okay? And because I didn't want a card that someone made with this actual stamp set, I wanted a card that that used the heart hand. I wanted an idea to use the heart hands, not necessarily this stamp set. And so I did that. And what I saw was the heart hands, and they used the heart shape for the O in the word. And I'm like, oh, that's a genius idea. And so I'm like, Valentine's, what word? Love, of course. Love. All right, so I'm, like I said, I'm putting this kind of to the side a bit because I got out my playful alphabets. And if you all don't have playful alphabets, this is a fun one to own because you can spell anything. All right, you can spell anything. And then, of course, I should have done adhesive on the back. I always, when I'm doing this, I tend to forget. So I'm going to use glue dots instead. And where is my tool here? Yes, Debbie says that black and white paper is so cute. Oh, Debbie, it is adorable. Yeah, I really like it. Make sure my L is correct. There we go. And of course, black and white is just so versatile. You just use it with anything. And some of it is white with black and other is black with white, which I like that option also. Okay. So there we go. We got these two wee baby glue dots on there. And of course we have foam sheets where you could make the L popped up, but I didn't do that either. Where you can put the foam sheet on the back and then cut the letters out. That's pretty cool. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Is this it? Yeah, here it is. So these are just, there's no dots. It's just a foam sheet. So you put some cardstock on there and then you cut out the image and the whole entire image is a dimension. I let that would have been a good idea, but like I said, I didn't think it all the way through while I was making this last night. I just thought of the word love and went to it. So, okay. That should be good. Woo! There we go. And L-O-V. Oh, I think E is going to fall off and I am going to need some dimension. Yikes. Yep. I sure am. All right, how am I going to do this situation without having to cut out another one? Because it is on the hands, so I just need the dimension back there. All right, let me show you my trick. I've got this. This is my mini dots right here. Where's my snips? There they are. And you can see here where I have, whoops, there we go. You can see here where I've cut very skinny pieces of dimensional. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut a very skinny piece of dimensional. And then let me get my tweezers. And we're going to put this on the E. Okay, come on. There. It's like it wasn't coming. All right. And, oh, wait a minute. I need to make sure I don't go where I want the hand. So in that corner there, I don't want any dimension. So just up here. There we go. All right, and that should be good enough. These dimensionals are pretty darn sticky. There we go. Cool. So what do you think so far? I like it, except it needs something else. So that's when I took the die here, and let me show you. So the die is You Matter and Here for You, okay? So I just put some cardstock here and cut out the U and trimmed the 4 off of it, okay? And then here, so I have Love You. And then I want this. Ooh, I should have put those hands up higher. Yikes. Love you. Well, it'll have to do. Darn it. Let me see if I can't, because I do have a spatula here. I'm going to try to move this because I really want that higher. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, and I know I have... Well, that was easy. Yep. I'm telling you what, this take your pick tool, very helpful. I like that little spatula. There we go. This is going to be much better. Okay. There we go. Love you. Oh yeah. Yeah, much better. Okay, now there's not much. Here's another reason why I should have used adhesive backing, because there's really not, I mean, I don't even have room for a glue dot. So we do have a fine tip glue pen bottle, and it has a needle that goes down inside the thing here so it doesn't clog. Of course, I haven't used it in a while. We'll see if it's clogged. Come on. Like I said, I haven't used it in a while. Woo! All right. Scrap paper. Here we go. It's going to squirt. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit there. Another nice thing about our fine tip glue is it does not dry sticky like the multi purpose glue does. Okay, but it does dry shiny. So if you don't want the shine of the glue showing, be careful not to let it squish out. Okay, there we go. Love you. All right, and I'm putting it further to the side to kind of balance, because our hands are over to the left, our U is there. And one more thing I like to do when I have 2 DSPs, I like to put ribbon there to kind of pull it together. And we have this really pretty red ribbon. So let's put that on there. And my clamping tweezers. So I love these self-clamping tweezers. You all hear me say this all the time. If you need a third hand, invest in some clamping tweezers. And I actually have a Amazon link. If you can't find these in your local craft shop, I have an Amazon link on my blog if you need to find these under must-have tools. Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I love this ribbon too. It's like real flexible. Okay, cut that off. And I'll show you another trick. If you want your tails to come down and your loops to go up, then just hold your tails with one hand and then grab your loops with your other hand and tug. Okay, and that kind of helps. There you go, see? Ta-da! It's kind of hard to see with that red paper, but love you. Isn't that a fun Valentine's card? I can't wait to give this to my husband. I just love it. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What else do I want to make sure we have? Don't forget, if you have not signed up for my newsletter, please do so. Right there in the creatingwithkristina.com. When you go there, a pop-up window will come for you to sign up for the newsletter. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link in the description below. Okay, the newsletter, you will get all the information about this new collection. It's, like I said, it's all available tomorrow. So I'll be putting on the blog today so you can read about it, and then you can purchase it tomorrow. Also, what else? That's all. Okay. You all have oh yeah, Wednesday is pre-recorded. Okay. So the card challenge will be here Wednesday, but it's going to be pre-recorded. All right. You all have a blessed Monday. Love you guys. Y'all are the best. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.